Hey everyone, welcome to Impact Theory. Today's guest is an extraordinary entrepreneur who took himself from the owner of a single restaurant in Katy, Texas, to the world's richest restaurateur with 600 restaurants in 36 states spread across more than 15 countries. Today, his business empire encompasses not only such landmark restaurants as Mastro Steakhouse, Rainforest Cafe, Morton's, Dos Caminos, and Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, but also a wide variety of other industries, including numerous hotels, casinos, aquariums, and even the Houston Rockets NBA franchise. He stands as one of the largest employers in the nation with a staggering 60,000 employees, and his companies collectively serve over 150 million customers annually. His outsized success places him at 153 on the Forbes 400 list of the wealthiest Americans, and he's received countless awards for his endeavors, including Entrepreneur of the Year Award from Ernst & Young and being inducted into the Texas Business Hall of Fame as the second youngest inductee ever. He is also an incredibly active philanthropist who currently serves as chairman of the board for the Houston Police Foundation, the Houston's Children Charity, and the Texas Heart Institute. Additionally, he is the longest running chairman of the board of regents for the University of Houston. So please help me in welcoming the bullish and charismatic star of CNBC's Billion Dollar Buyer, the author of Shut Up and Listen, Tillman Fertitta. What's up, man?
How you doing, my man?
Good, welcome.
Glad to be here, Tom.
Man, it is good to have you, dude. Your story is pure insanity. What you have accomplished and built essentially from scratch is bordering on unparalleled. It's really insane. And I love some of the notions that you have that I think have helped you really build that. Give me some background on Keep Punching.
You know, it's funny, and I guess when I first was really going in the 80s, you hit that horrible recession, and people talk about how did banks get so big, because the government took a few of the big banks and said, you're going to take the good assets and we're going to take all the bad assets, and that's why you have banks that are too big to fail today, because they're roll-ups of bank after 5%.
Yeah, as you were talking, I thought, okay, I'm beginning to get a very clear picture of what makes you work. So remember that I don't believe in, it's not that I don't believe that some people come with sort of hardwired gifts. It's that I don't find it very helpful. So if the sum total of your story is that you're either born with it or you're not, why read the book, right? So it comes down to there is an element of this stuff that can be taught. And hearing you talk, the part that sounds so interesting to me that I think can be taught is you have really fucking high standards. And more importantly than that, you have high standards that when you look at where it's going wrong, it doesn't damage your sense of self-esteem. So you're willing to look at it. You're willing to what I call staring nakedly at your inadequacies. You don't walk into a restaurant to clap for yourself. You walk into a restaurant to figure out what the fuck's going wrong. Not saying that it's bad, you're just saying that if we want to, and this is my favorite concept of yours, separate ourselves from everybody else.
Easiest thing to do. It's the easiest thing to do. And I tell everybody that no matter what your job is that you can go to work every day and separate yourself from anybody else. And it's no different than the sound guy on this set. If you pick up, you know what, this sound guy is really, really good, and he's worried about this, and he's worried about that, then all of a sudden you tell somebody, you need a good sound guy this, and then they end up on this person because of a recommendation. And all of a sudden, this guy...
If you want to get somewhere where you can move, you either have to go somewhere else or get your skill set aligned. If somebody comes to you and is like, I want to improve, I get that it is specific to that case, but are there general things that somebody can do? Is it start with shut up and listen? Is it the Tillmanisms? Is it getting those things ingrained in your soul? Or is there something else that gives somebody the mental framework with which to propel themselves forward?
You know, I think that you can pick up from talking to me that I'm not on a different level, okay? These are pretty simple, basic tools. And so nobody out there is listening to him and saying, God darn, he's just using words and he's just so much smarter than me, so I'm not going to become worth $5 billion. That book is bullshit, okay? He's just naturally smarter than me. I think you can see that I'm no smarter than anybody else in this room. I just use certain little basic tools to be successful every day. Take the word no out of your vocabulary. Worry about your customer. No spare customers. Use the 95-5 rule. Separate yourself from everybody else. Be the bull at whatever you do, and on and on and on.
Can we
know
go
what
back-
you're good at. Know what you're not good at.
I want to go back to the bull thing. So certainly I understand it when it comes down to an acquisition, being bullish. Basically, when there's blood in the street, that's when there's real opportunity. Like, I get all of that. Now give it to me like I'm a young kid, I'm trying to come up through the mailroom, whatever. Like, how does one embody the bull? Is it about confidence? Is it about audaciousness? Like, what is that thing?
Whatever position you're at, you want to be the bull. And I don't care if you're in the mail room or if you're the person behind that camera, that I'm going to be better than anybody else with that camera, and I'm going to be the best mail carrier and the person who comes up and is the most organized and does it the most professional way. You can be the bull at any position you're doing, and it's just telling yourself, I'm going to do this better than anybody else. I don't care what the job is. I don't care what you do. You be the bull at what you do.
What drives you? Is it setting goals? Is it the conquest? Is it, somebody that's an all-weather winner? There's something pushing them.
Now
What
it's
is that
just
thing?
sport. It's just the sport of this is what I do every day. And people say, why do you do this? And I just said, because what would I do? I mean, if I can't come to the office and solve problems and fight with everybody and conquest something, conquer, then what am I going to do with myself? I'm going to sit home and die? I mean, that's what I enjoy doing. This is my basketball. This is my game that I play. This is my pickup Monopoly game, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I love going to the office and leading people and trying to conquer something.